Yeah, I heard about that. That should be interesting to see. No doubt they're gonna have Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell voice their respective representations of Flash and Arrow within the short as well. That should be interesting. Like, Barry even will probably be surprised to see Vixen doing this kind of stuff. No doubt at first glance he'll assume that she's a metahuman. And I bet him and Oliver will both assume, oh, she's a metahuman, and then she'll be like, no, I'm not. I just use this magic thing, and then they'll be like, magic, really? But then I bet Oliver will be like, well, Barry, actually, I've seen something like that, and then he'll be like, explain the Lazarus Pit and all that. So should be cool.
Reporting.
Reporting. Crap. Heal me, dude.
You've been patched up.
Gwen, why are you taking... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Come on.
You will not withstand.
Alright. Yeah, sorry if I was, like, just kind of blabbing with the whole Skyrim thing, but I figured you'd be interested, because last I checked, I thought that I was pretty sure that you were a Skyrim fan, and you enjoyed my Skyrim streams, so figured you'd want to know that, I've been doing a new Skyrim stream series that's been going on for a few days, for almost a week now, actually. It's been probably 4 or 5 days, that this has been going on, and since the character has some similar attributes in terms of him being an assassin, a very, very skilled assassin, who uses swords more, specifically swords, kind of reminded me, because I kind of designed the character to have similar attributes to Ra's al Ghul, at least Ra's al Ghul and Arrow, and since we were talking about that, I figured that, you'd be interested in hearing about that, so. My apologies if you're not interested, but figured you might be. Oh yeah, definitely. But it's kind of the same with Marvel. I mean, a good amount of people knew who Iron Man was, but honestly, I'd say back before the Avengers, before all those movies came out, Iron Man was probably about as well known as Green Arrow was. Like, people knew who he was, but they didn't really know the details of his character or much about him. But then Marvel took a character who was like moderately well known, made a movie about him, and used that movie as the foundation for a whole shared universe of several different superheroes. And DC is doing the same thing with Arrow. They took a character who was moderately well known, expanded on him, and designed a shared universe with several other heroes, and essentially building a shared universe on the TV side of things, which is really, really cool. Hello, sir. Looks like I need my ability. There we go. Whoa, you are a feisty one, aren't you? You are a feisty one, jeez. Good fight, sir. What'd you drop? 29.45. What do you have, Quinn? Oh, that's so much better, definitely. Alright, destroy the machines, right? Factory machines. Where the heck are the machines? Oh, here they are. Hey, buddy. What's up, Zurex? Yeah, I have shadows turned off because shadows are a huge hog for GPU. Like, shadows are very demand a lot of power from the GPU, and I turned off shadows because one, I don't really notice all that much of a difference with them, and two, by turning off shadows, I've increased my graphics performance on other ends significantly because shadows are such a huge power draw from the GPU. Oh, that would be pretty sick, yeah. I like Deadshot and Arrow, he's alright. Whoa. Deadshot's pretty good. Alright, time to get the heck out of here. Yeah, it's best to just have them turned off, honestly. Makes your GPU run much smoother. The game. Alright, took care of him. I don't really know what makes a AMD GPU really powerful. I don't really know AMD GPUs well enough to know that. I know NVIDIA GPUs though, so I'm not really sure how powerful a 7950 3G Radeon is, Xerix, but my apologies. Like I said, I know more about NVIDIA GPUs than AMD, so my apologies, good sir. Or madam, I do not know. I loved one other thing I'm able to load. I really liked Captain Boomerang in an Arrow Flash universe. Dang, he was cool. Really liked Boomerang. He made me think. Honestly, what was it? Nick Tarabay? That he's the guy who played him. He made Captain Boomerang a really BA character. He did a good job making him awesome.
Excellent. I knew you were the perfect person for the job. I should have sent a holo crew to record it. The Ratataki will give us a wide berth after your little demonstration.
For sure.
Next time, handle your own affairs.
Of course. Thank you for helping us this time. Because of you, we'll be able to handle it ourselves.
I like the second Count Vertigo. I did not like the first one. The first one was lame. I liked the, I'm actually gonna have Brunmark out. I think about it. I want Brunmark.
I take my leave.
I like the second one much better because one, he's played by Peter Stormare, and Peter Stormare is awesome, 2, he's much closer to the comic book version of Count Vertigo. It's actually a proper name, Warner's Idol. So. Bryn Mark, you cutie. Look at you. Those 4 eyes. Get me going. Hello, Operative SWTOR.
Look out there. Hundreds of aliens in a savage fight for supremacy. Clever of the Republic to use a prison planet as the perfect secret laboratory. Test subjects abound. No witnesses who aren't complicit. An elegant experiment, forcing imprisoned aliens to fight each other for dominance. Now they're loose.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'd say like turn shadows off. Honestly, that would really help with the frame rate issues or anything like that on the game. Honestly, most games it's just better to turn shadows off because it makes it just allows the game to run much smoother. But it's not just GPU. Also, it's also processor side. Processor needs to be powerful enough to run the game as well. Prison aliens to fight each other for dominance. Now they're loose.
This experiment doesn't sound like the Republic at all.
Which is why they did it here. They had their finest scientist on the job. The best chemical cocktails to ramp up aggression. The scientists studied what each alien could take and what they could dish out. Learned the breaking point of each species. Think what the Empire could do with that knowledge. To know which species can be soldiers and which are fit only as slaves.
That would be invaluable.
It could help the Empire plan its expansion.
Imperial intelligence agrees. They want to talk to the scientists involved and uncover everything they know. Normally the Republic scientists are well guarded, but aliens overpowered the guards and took the researchers hostage. The Republic is negotiating their release, but a Sith Lord could overpower the aliens and recover the scientists.
We cannot risk losing this opportunity. I'll retrieve the scientists personally.
You honor us, my lord. The aliens have infested a cave on the edge of the jungle. It's a good place to start. Once you've dealt with them, you'll be able to gather up the scientists. These neural override collars will force them to return here.
Yeah, what the problem with that is though is that a weaker CPU doesn't really balance out with a more powerful GPU. Because a powerful GPU, if the GPU is too powerful, which yours is by your for your CPU, it will cause the CPU to bottleneck. So, or rather, sorry, the weaker CPU causes the causes the GPU to bottleneck. Hold on one sec. 1 second. Right. What is it? If the GPU is too powerful, it will cause oh, freaking, hold on a second. Freaking Facebook. If the GPU is too powerful, it will essentially outrun your CPU. So your GPU needs to run at a slower rate in order to keep up with your CPU. So if you have a weak CPU but a powerful GPU, that doesn't balance out really well, because now you have your CPU that's restricting the power that your GPU is able to actually put out. You know what I mean? So your GPU is limited by the power of your CPU because they have to keep up with each other. Oh yeah. It is intelligent writing. I wish they did that more with more villains in TV shows. Establish the villains as friends, and that's what also made his fall to become a villain just extremely tragic. Like that's why the second I found out Slade was alive in the present and plotting to destroy Oliver, every episode after that, I was so invested in the story and so excited for it because I thought to myself, one, what is Slade gonna do next? And two, I want to know what the heck happened on the island to make Slade despise Oliver so much. And it was just such clever writing. It was so good. Very happy with Season 2. Season 2 for Arrow just blew my freaking mind. I loved it. Last I checked, I didn't think that you saw Arrow, Amy of the Lord. Well, whether or not you saw it last time we talked, you've definitely seen enough of it now, because you know a lot about it, which is good. Arrow's an awesome show. Yes, your CPU is relatively weak in comparison to your GPU, and so your CPU, so for example, since your CPU is only running at 20 miles an hour, but your GPU is working at 50, your GPU isn't able to reach its full potential of 50 because it has to, it's bottlenecked by the CPU. So the CPU is running at 20, whereas the GPU has the potential to run at 50, but because it's running alongside a 20 CPU, it has to slow down. Does that make sense? Just trying to explain it the best way that I can. We turn in these quests, and then I think I'm going to end the stream for Star Wars. I don't think I'm going to end. I don't think I'm going to be done streaming. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the stream, take like a 20-minute break, then I'm going to come back and we're going to be playing some Mass Effect 2, continuing my adventures of the my current Mass Effect playthrough. We're doing a playthrough of all 3 Mass Effect games, and excuse me, we're doing a playthrough of all 3 Mass Effect games, and we'll continue to play through Mass Effect 2 on the stream. So.
Those alien gangs will think twice before attacking the Empire again.
I hope you kicked a few of them while they were down.
I did.
The alien inmates are right where we want them, bruised, broken, and terrified of the Empire. But if I know criminals, they'll be back to their old tricks soon. We better ensure their wounds stay raw, but we don't have the manpower that disciplinary action takes.
Yeah, not for a 7950. If you got a GPU that's closer to mine, my current GPU is a 560 Ti, which is relatively old. But if you got a GPU closer to that, your computer would be running at a much smoother rate. But yeah, your CPU is okay, but the 7950 is a little bit too powerful for the CPU, just a little bit. So.
Find the meanest gang of aliens, then deputize them. They'll keep the rest in line.
A repugnant idea.
Zurix is now a follower.
I'm afraid,
Thanks, Zurix. Thanks for that follow.
Is the only way
Hope
out
you like
of
the
this
stream.
mess.
I hope you enjoy the
The
stream.
aliens here are mostly slack-jawed brutes, except the Trandoshans. They follow a strict warrior's code of honor and competition. The fools even worship a goddess, some scorekeeper they think rewards honor. Devotions carve them into fanatics. Now they roam this wing, hunting dangerous prey.
These Trandoshans owe their freedom to the Empire. It's time they repay us.
They won't volunteer peacefully, my lord. You'll have to appeal to their appetite for competition. Trandoshans can't resist a worthy foe. They'll fear you, but the chance to kill a mighty Sith will prove too tempting. Challenge their leader to a duel. Demand that if you win, his entire pack serves as the Empire's enforcers. They'll be honor-bound to obey.
The Trandoshans will soon obey the Empire.
Thank you. The sooner we lock this wing down, the better. The Trandoshans built their fortress inside a vault. Storm the place and challenge their leader. Make
Yeah,
the
that's usually
scaly
what causes
thugs
it.
bow to the Empire.
At least I believe that's what the cause is. Let's see if we can get Jace out here.
About time.
I want to see her new saber. Actually, let me see what the color crystal is. Yellow again. Freaking gosh. Alright. Have any more quests to turn in? No, not right now. But yeah, Shadows is a huge deal. But alrighty, so I'm gonna be taking a break. This will be the end of the Star Wars stream, and this will be the end of this episode of Season 3 of Star Wars Old Republic Sith Warrior playthrough. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna take a break in the stream, and in like 15-20 minutes when I come back, we'll be playing some Mass Effect 2. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I've been Crippled Walrus. You guys have been my awesome viewers, and I will see you guys in the next video, in the next stream. I'll see you guys later.